Good evening to you, man. I'm so excited again back for another episode of the Conversation 98. Going strong, the last episode of 2022. As I said, so funny is I can remember I can remember in the year 2000 when everybody was so scared and they was talking about, the world was going to end and everybody buying up all the water and the potted meat and all that other crazy stuff. I can remember back then, and I just wanted to, they said it's been 22 years have been completed, have finished since then. And it's been a long time. So as the time go, I'm very appreciative of that time. And I was just thinking about that today. We are moving into a new time and a new year. And it's the last week of this year. So I just wanted to celebrate that and just take some time to speak on that. But with all that being said, man, I'm just excited about another episode that we get to come together and be here quick, because I know everybody getting ready for church, people getting ready to go celebrate, people watching football, a lot of things going on, and just wanted to end out this new year. Really excited. Got my son and my niece up here with me, spending some time, so got a chance to spend some time with them today. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead on and get started, man. And for today's episode. But again, I want to say happy New Year to everybody. Wish 2023 is a better year than 2022. I know how it is to have a year to experience a tough year. I would say 2022 was a year of me finding myself, and I'm appreciative of it because it carried over from 2021. But make sure you share this. Make sure you tune in and let me know where you're watching from. But we're going to get right on with this conversation, because tonight's conversation is going to be short, going to be good, and I'm excited about it, as I usually am. But tonight we're going to talk about the power of accepting the fact that everyone can't elevate with you. And I know that can be a hard thing to swallow, but there's power in accepting it. And the reason why I say there's power in accepting it is because it is a freeing space to realize, right, that everybody won't be able to elevate with you. Everybody is not destined to go to the same destination that you are going to. Everybody is not made to endure the journey with you. And we can find ourselves so caught up with trying to uplift and carry and feeling like, hey, they supposed to be there with me. But everybody, I'm telling you, everybody, when you learn to accept the fact that everybody is not meant to elevate with you, it is power in that, because that's when you learn to let go of dead weight, and you're not weighing yourself down with dead weight. You're not weighing yourself down with weighing yourself down. You're not beating yourself up, or you're not wasting a lot of energy on things, on people, and things that you should just let go. You should just let go, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I say that, and I really mean that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing. And one of the things, and I know one of the challenges that we find with that is, one of the issues we struggle with is we feel like some people should be in our lives for a lifetime, should be in our life for a lifetime, but they're only there for a season. And we feel like we get attached to those people. We get emotionally attached. We get a lot of attachment goes to those people, because in that season that they were there, they were very helpful for you. In that season that they were in your life, they were very, very uplifting, very helpful. They was right there. They was exactly what you needed. And you felt like that connection should be carried on with you throughout your life, or into the next season, And when you find yourself very frustrated because you feel like after that season is over, you feel like you're fighting and you feel like there's just so much friction. Yeah, because they ain't supposed to go. You ain't supposed to carry them people with you. You're supposed to leave them in the season in which they was designed to be, and move on. And it ain't a knock against you when you leave them. It's not a knock against them. It's just that time is over. That season is over. So I just want to remind people on that and really look at that from that space. Why look at it from that space? Because when we start talking about accepting the fact, right? At first, in order to accept the fact, right, that that everybody can't elevate with us, we have to first get to a space to where we're willing to acknowledge it. Because we can find ourselves in a space where we're lying to ourselves and we continue to try to convince ourselves that, hey, they're supposed to be with me. But when something is supposed to be, when things are in harmony, right? When things are on one accord, when things are in like I said, harmony, they go together. It's not a lot of resistance, right? That doesn't mean that you don't have to overcome things. That doesn't mean that you don't have to work towards things, but it's not so much resistance that there. And continual resistance, right, can be a sign that you may be trying to carry something that's not supposed to be carried. And sometimes when you have some weight on your back for a while, you start it down. I need to lay it down. And sometimes you just have to lay it down and let it go. And that can be in any situations, right? That can be in anything. And when you look at it, right, when you start talking about elevation, and this is a thing when we talk about elevation, right? And I'm speaking on that with elevation, right? Everybody can't elevate with you because everybody don't have the same mindset as you. Everybody don't have the same vision as you. Everybody don't have the same desire that you want. Some people are comfortable or content with where they're at, right? But this is the thing, right? You have to be careful with those people who are content to where they're at, but they still want to benefit from your elevation. And that's why it's so necessary to get to a space to where you learn how to realize that, okay, once you realize like that those people aren't there for you, right? And they're not there to elevate with you, and they want to stay where they at, but still want to benefit. Once you realize there's power in accepting the fact that they can't elevate with you, that's when you learn how to move different. And you'll move different in the space of your move to realizing that, hey, you don't have to stay connected to those people. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's some freeing power in getting to that space. It's some freeing power. What's going on, Lee Andrew? How you doing? Class of 89. Got you right this time, class of 89. But thanks for tuning in. But yeah, that space right there is a good space. And I think so many times, we feel, I'll say this. There are a lot of times where we become so connected or so emotionally invested into people, places, that we feel like because of the investment that we made, because of the time, right? Because of the money that we've invested, because of the support, right? Because they have been a priority to us, we feel like that it is our obligation to carry them with us as we continue to go up to the next place, as we continue to elevate to the next. And you have to realize, right? Everybody is not designed to go with you. And we have to start taking inventory of that and start looking at that and be like, you know what? If they are designed to go with you, you will see the willingness, or you will see the effort towards adjusting to the place or the space of elevation. If you don't see that effort, you have to look at yourself and take inventory and say, hey, look, I need to cut some weight. You got to look at the good thing about looking at that. The good thing about that is, as we go into the new year, as we go into 2023, as whatever year it may be, right? Whatever year we going into, whatever new thing that it is, whatever new beginning that it is, whatever new opportunity that you're going into, whatever new space that you're going into, right? You have to take inventory and look at it and see, are the people that are in us connected to me, are they equipped to elevate with me? And this is the thing, right? Some people you can still stay connected to in the sense of you, but they may not elevate with you. And what I mean by that is you can elevate at a certain level mentally and realize that these people right here, they're not going to elevate with me on that same level. So guess what I need to do when I interact with them? I need to be able to talk with them at the space where they at, but also not expect them to be where I'm at to level or spiritual level. And that's not a knock. That's not a knock. I'm not saying it as a knock. I'm not saying it like you're better than. You just know how to operate with you, or how to communicate with those people, because you'll save yourself a lot less frustration when you know what level they are, comparably speaking to what level that you are on, or what level that you're destined to go to. And listen, this is the other thing, and this right here is a very powerful thing, and I think a lot of people don't take heed to it, but it is time for us to stop selling ourselves short, selling our potential short, because the potential of who we are, or the potential of your purpose, intimidates somebody else, because they are conditioned, or they are have committed themselves to stay in their space of mediocrity and never walk out to fulfill their potential. You'll have people that will hate on you and be intimidated by you, but try to make you look like you're the problem when you're not the problem. The problem is they are too afraid to deal with themselves. And when you see those people, right, don't feel like you got to argue with those people. Don't feel like you got to make a point with those people. The thing is, look at it, recognize it, and just like what I said earlier, realize what level they on and focus on you elevating, and don't try to connect yourself to those people, because those people will try to tear you down every chance that they get. And the reason why they're trying to tear you down is because your pursuit of your purpose, right, it make them feel bad and expose them for their fear of pursuing their purpose. And their fear of pursuing their purpose, they're going to take out their frustration of their fear of pursuing their purpose on you, because you are willing and free to go and pursue your purpose and walk into your destiny and walk into your space of elevation. So those people and I will tell you, those people, they get mad at you. They get mad at you. They will get mad at you. They will get mad at you, and they will nitpick everything about you. They will go in and find all of this stuff to try to critique you on it, and try to make you feel bad about you walking into whatever your purpose is, whatever your destiny is, whatever your next is, your next level, your next job, your next promotion. Then why are you celebrating that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Hey, you know what? I had to learn to let them folks go. I had to learn to let those people go. I had to learn to not allow those people to get in my mental space, to stop me from to make me feel bad for going after what I know for a fact that it was for me to do. So it is power in accepting the fact that everybody can't elevate with you, and understand that. And I'm talking about friends. Listen, man, I'm talking about, when I say everybody understand, accepting the fact that everybody can't elevate with you, I'm talking about your family. Talking about some of it, it's your spouse. Some of us, it's your parents, it's your siblings, right? Some of it is the people at your church. Some of it is your coworkers. Some of it is your business partners. Listen, we have to look at that and understand that, guess what? Some things run their course, and you don't have to be upset and be nasty about you elevating or you moving on. You ain't got to sit there and talk about them. You don't have to look at them different. You just have to come to a space that you realize that, guess what? Hey, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to elevate. It's time for me to go forth, right? Because some things you just got to wash your hand. And you remember the story a lot, right? And Sodom and Gomorrah, his wife looked back, Lot was like, well, it's time for me to move on. And his wife turned to ashes, turned to salt. His wife, because she turned back, she turned to salt. But Lot was like, well, you know what? It's time for me to move on. And that was his wife, and that's just one example. But this is some other stuff. And I'm looking at other examples about things and things that we have, and we connect with people, and we expect certain things because we expect this, that, and the third. And there's nothing wrong with the I'm speaking towards is this, right? We got to get to a space to where we stop expecting things, right? And stop operating off just expecting things and expecting people to be there and expecting people to go to the next level, expecting people to be excited with us and expecting people. We got to get from that space of expecting people and seeing people and acknowledging people for who they are and what they are actually doing and who they are, what the reality of who they are. And once you get to that space, right, you'll be able to see them and come to that space and accept that fact that, you know what, they can't elevate with me. I ain't got to hate them, but you know what, they can't go with me. Got it. I need to connect to somebody that's gonna get me to where I'm trying to go, or understand the language, or understand the space that I'm going to, so that I can be prepared to walk in it when I'm elevated to that space. And then just look at it from that point of view. You know, it's too many, right? This is the thing. It's too many people that have connected themselves to folks that you should have let go a long time ago. You connected yourself to folks who have stifled your growth, who have stifled your elevation. And every single time where you try to elevate, every single time where you trying to go to that next level, they got something negative to say. They got something, they're trying to speak fear into it, right? And that's not something bad upon them per se. It's just they can't see where you're going. Don't let somebody who don't have the vision to continue to have access or stay connected to your. Don't let nobody who don't have sight continue to have access to your vision. And I will tell you, that will weigh you down, and you'll find yourself wore out. But you got to let that go. You got to cut that off. That's on you. You got to, nobody else but you. I was, and with saying that, right? And I'm saying that because when we going into a new year, you may be going into a new job, you may be going into whatever space that you are, right? When you going into that space, right, just realize that everybody is not going to be happy about you going to the next level. Everybody's not going to be happy that you say, you know what, forget that dysfunction, forget all of that stuff that I came from. I'm trying to elevate. I'm going to the next level. I want stability. I want more. I want to fulfill. I want to walk in my purpose. Everybody will not be happy with that. And you have to get to a space that is okay. And I'm happy with that. Those people that are on the line to assist me to get to my goals, those people that aren't doing those necessary things to help me get to that next level, you got to realize that some of those folks you just got to cut off. And you can still love them from a distance, but you got to say, you know what? I love you, but I got to let you go. I love you, but I got to let you go. And it ain't personal. It's not personal. It is not personal. Man, look at this. It's so many of us that we've done this, but stop feeling bad that when you have to let people go who are not in your life to help you become a better person, to push you, to encourage you, to hold you accountable for fulfilling your purpose, to be there, to be supportive of you, to elevate. Stop being mad at these folks and let these folks go. Just let them go. And what I mean by let them go, you still can talk to them. You still can love them, right? But don't allow them to have access to your purpose. Don't allow them to have access to your, or you stop giving them access to it. And you stop expecting them, right, to elevate you or help you elevate, because most of them won't. They're just going to stay where they are. But the sad reality is this: most people are average and below and are forever be comfortable with being with that. And that's the fact. And if you're trying to do something different, right, most of the people will come on the back end to yes. So the same people that are there to try to discourage you from walking and growing and elevating and going to your next level, the same people that are there to speak, try to speak negative fear into you, or to try to disrupt you from going into your next level because can fulfill their potential, those same people will be the first ones to celebrate as if they was connected to you and they walked the journey with you walk into that new space, when you walk into that space of elevation, when you walk into that next level. They'll be the same one. Yeah, you know, I know him. I know her. Yeah, whoop de whoop. Those same people will celebrate as if they was connected to you, but be the same ones that's right there and speaking against you and trying to discourage you because they are afraid and they are not willing to offer that hand to help you elevate. And you just got to get comfortable, but that's just how some people are. That's just how they are. That's just what they're going to do. And you got to be fine with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And guess what? Just because, and this is a good thing, right? Just because somebody don't stay connected or just because somebody is not there with you when you elevate, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with them. That doesn't mean that it's a space to where you know, because everybody that don't elevate with you doesn't mean that they aren't a good person or whatever. It's just some spaces for you to elevate. You just got to be connected to certain people. Listen, God knows what he's doing. God will send people in your life to motivate you, send people in your life to get you out of your comfort zone. You send people in your life to get on your nerves, to force you to get out of a space to where you probably wouldn't have gotten out of yourself, right? And just understand that. But what I'm speaking towards tonight, right, is understanding the power of accepting the fact that everyone can't elevate with you. And once you realize who can and who can't or who's willing, it makes life so much easier and you don't waste so much time trying to hold on to people that you don't need to hold on to in that purpose. Excuse me, in that purpose. Excuse me. Because one of the things is this. Just because I don't elevate you, just because somebody don't elevate with you in this space doesn't mean that they can't elevate with you in another area. And the problem is oftentimes we feel like everybody, the same people or the close people to us should be the ones elevating with us in every area. And I think that's where we really get frustrated at. But your spouse is not designed to elevate with you in every area. You see what I'm saying? It's other people that are there to help you elevate. And once you realize that, you realize that, okay, it's okay that they don't go with me on everything. Because you ain't going to go with them on everything. It's okay. It's okay. And just realize that, hey, I'm just in a good space and I need to connect with the people that I need to connect with so that I can get to that space and elevate and operate where I'm supposed to operate in. Now, what you mean by that? I got friends that are doctors. I got friends that are psychologists. I got friends that are medical doctors. I got friends that are in the real estate business. I got friends that are financial advisors. I got friends that are truck drivers. I got that work in administrations. I got friends that anything that you think of, I got friends in. I have a lot of friends in different areas. I got friends in education that are teachers, that are in administration in the education side. If I want to understand real estate, I'm not going to go to the medical doctor and expect them to help me elevate in the area where I would need to elevate to. I'm going to go to my friend or people that have experience in real estate so that they can give me the requisite information or the requisite knowledge that I need to have, right? But if I want to go and talk about medical stuff, I go to a medical doctor. If I want to go talk about psychological things from a mental health perspective, I go talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. But that doesn't mean that I neglect my friend that's a truck driver. You see what I'm saying? You go to the spaces of the people to get what you need so that you can elevate in that space. But that doesn't mean that just because they don't you on this thing that they shouldn't be connected to you in other areas. That's why I said once you realize that that those people aren't there to elevate with you in that space, you just make a note of it. So now you're not wasting and you're not trying to force things and making yourself feel frustrated or being perpetually frustrated because you felt that it should work this way. So like I said, I wasn't going to be before you guys long, man. And I thank you guys for rocking with me. Going into 2022 was a good year. Going into 2023, man, I'm still excited excited for what God has, what God will continue to do. I would tell you, go and support the. Make sure you go and check out my Facebook page on the Conversation 98. Also, too, on all social media platforms. My YouTube channel, The Conversation 98. At The Conversation 98 is the handle. On TikTok, The Conversation _98. And I'm on Instagram, The Conversation 98. So make sure you go share, you go like those, share this with somebody. Hopefully this will be a blessing to somebody. And thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate you all for rocking with me. Hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful and a happy new year to you. And God bless. Have a wonderful week.